Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
I'm just having a little coffee this morning, just thinking about what can I help somebody with today. I'm always thinking about that. What can I say and do to help somebody further in their lives, in their careers? And of course, the word fear came up, which is always the big thing. And so are you a person that stays stuck in the fear zone? Because I used to be stuck in the fear zone years and years and years ago. And I've learned a few ways of how I could handle fear. And actually a friend of mine introduced me a book years ago because I knew there was something I needed to do in my life. And it was a really scary thing for me to do because it was like the next chapter. And I was introduced to a book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I remember reading that book and I was so angry because she was right, Dr. Susan Jeffers. Fear is going to be there. It's not going to go away. So you need to be able to handle the fear and have it work for you rather against you. And so one of the things that I learned to do is every time fear would come up, as an entrepreneur, especially back in the days when we used to do hotel meetings and presentations and stuff like that in front of people, fear was such a big thing. Always worried about what other people thought, all of these things that you worry about, people not liking the information, whatever it was. And all of that will come up in the process. And the thing is, I'm creating it in my head. I'm creating all of that fear that may or may not happen, right? So how do you use that? Well, often I think about what would happen if I didn't go up and give it a try? What would happen if I didn't try anything? Where would I be tomorrow? Where would I be in 20 years from now if I allowed fear from taking me away from all the dreams that I'd love to be, do, and have? And that was one big one is that what would happen if I didn't do it? And then I started using fear for me. And at one point I had this coach. And this one coach, in business, as a woman, I was always afraid to approach businessmen. I don't know why, but I was always afraid to approach businessmen. So I decided to get a male coach. And we got into conversation. He had me read a book. I've read so many books over the years of personal development to help me overcome. But the point of the message was they're just people. And I thought, oh my God, they're just people. They have challenges. They have to learn just like everybody else to get where they are. They also have, issues going on in their lives. So what's the big deal of talking to business people? Or like I'm in the wellness industry, so talking to doctors about what we have. Doctors don't know everything. So I may share something that they may not know of. They may learn something and they may want to try it. So yeah, there's so many things that I've learned over the years that now the word fear really doesn't even come up anymore because I'm so used to when I see something, I want to handle it. I just want to go out there and take it on. And I know that I'm going to grow in the process. And I know I'm going to fail in the process. I know I'm going to fall. And that's okay because you know what? If I didn't fall, I wouldn't learn. So we get back up again, right? And then you fall again and you get back up again. Social media for me, when everything happened, the last 2-3 years, I knew that I had to up my game. I knew that I had to get out there and instead of being in front of a crowd, which is super easy for me being in front of thousands of people, now I got to stand in front of a phone and talk to myself when I think about it. I know I'm talking to you, but all I see is me. So I had to learn to get over that. But I did it anyways. Why? Because I know that if I don't do it, that I'm not going to get where I need to go. So these are all the things that you can put into practice. It's feel the fear and do it anyway. Pick up the book. It's amazing. It's a really, really good book. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Dr. Susan Jeffers. And that one helped me a lot in the beginning stages of growing in my business.